episode of the AstoundCast.
Hello.
We're getting so close to 100 now. I don't know what the hell we're going to do for it.
I'm gonna figure out something that I can just like put on the table. We could play a board game. If I set my phone up right, I could just stream this this like monitor, and I just play something while we do it instead. I don't know.
That sounds like a pretty good idea. We can sort that out in a few weeks, though, because let's face it, we've still got 6 more of these to go.
Yeah, if we survive that long.
I will grant you that one, yeah. Anyway, how has your week been?
Hectic. Simply hectic.
Hmm.
So I've got a mini rant to go into about Wednesday.
Oh boy.
Because as we both know, this week you were in Cardiff, and then Wednesday specifically for me, I was down in Brighton.
Yep.
For a certain graduation.
Mm-hmm.
So I now officially have the paper. It's all well and good. I do have pictures. No, we're not seeing them. But yeah, so we start at like 8 o'clock in the morning, right? And any sort of traffic that could happen, it did happen.
Oh no.
So it takes like 5 hours to get down there. We would have got down there by like 1 o'clock if we were on time. And then I'd have the cut-off time to get robes and stuff was like 2:30. So it's like, okay, yeah, no, we'd have time. Then the traffic came. It was like, okay, so worried. Then we also had to make a detour to Eastbourne to pick up some stuff that I left from the old house, because we did factor that into our timings.
Mm-hmm.
As we were just like, oh, I might as well. No, we could still get to Eastbourne on time and then come back. And then all of a sudden, we get stopped in the slowest traffic ever because a bus broke down.
Oh no.
Oh yes, so we have to rush to Eastbourne after we were going to turn around, and then everything was moving. I was like, we might as well just continue.
Mm.
And then we thought, well, we could make it in the car. We could just about do this. And then the slow traffic was still coming back. And do you want to know what time I managed to get to booking in?
Shock me.
20 to 3.
Oh no.
And I am the luckiest sod alive because I did manage to get to it.
Haha.
But it was at the cost of waiting for my dad and my best friend to go and find a parking space in Brighton and then find the building again. So then I can give
Yeah.
them and they got in about 5 minutes before the event was starting, and it was just like, we need to get to the auditorium now. Kind of need
Oh.
to get in. To go find my seat, basically late to my own graduation, which I find hilarious.
But hey, you got that. You did the thing. You're good.
I did the thing. I got caught on camera that my hat ended up flopping slightly on my head while I was getting my award, and then yeah, no, it was fun because then we had another 5 hours to drive home.
Oh.
So it was basically 12 hours driving for a 1 hour event to get a fancy piece of paper and to wear the cap and gown.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, should have gone to Bangor or something, because then we could have stayed for a couple of hours. But no,
Oh well.
it was literally go in there, get the thing, say hi to my friends for like a second or two, get a couple of pictures, go home. That was physically how that worked, and I find that just hilarious.
Yeah, that sounds amazing
Yeah.
and stressful. Especially stressful.
Also, yeah. But made it in one piece. I didn't get back home till like gone past 11.
Oh.
So yeah, practically crashed for Thursday, and then Friday, as we know, well, as again we, as in me and you, I saw you.
Yep. That you did.
Yeah, you're looking healthy.
I am feeling a little bit better today, yeah.
Well, I'm glad to hear that because you haven't been doing too well recently.
No, for the last 4 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've not been too bad today, although, now that I've said that, tomorrow will probably be hell on earth. Whoops.
Look, if tomorrow's hell on earth, it means that Tuesday should be fine.
God, I hope so.
If not, then we're stuffed.
Yep. Anyway, as you alluded to first, I have been in Cardiff most of this week. And that was for my final ever trip for working with Public Health Wales. And God, it was good.
It's a bit emotional, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, because I've been doing this project with them for the past 6 whole years now.
Aw.
Yeah, I ended up getting the certificate at the end of it. Nearly cried my eyes out. From the CEO herself, who I know quite well actually. Um, and yeah, it was a pretty good trip. The hotel was nice. I can't remember. I love that hotel. It's called the Future Inn. There's only 3 in the UK. There's one in Bristol, one in Plymouth, and one in Cardiff.
Three areas.
Yeah, and the one in Cardiff is right on Cardiff Bay.
Ooh.
Yeah, really nice hotel, to be honest. I'm gonna miss it. Probably gonna go in there someday again on my own. Well, for myself, probably more than likely, actually. Yeah, it was a pretty good couple of days, to be honest. Of course, the Wrexham group that I went with went down on Tuesday because it's such a long damn trip.
Yeah.
Because if we'd went on the Wednesday when we were due to start working, we'd have had to leave at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
You know what?
And
Understandable.
yeah, no thanks.
It depends on if you couldn't work in those sort of conditions. I've had to leave for like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., well, 2, 3, 4 a.m. to get to Brighton so I can actually get my stuff set up.
Well, let's factor in this is me.
Yeah, fair point. You sleep in anyway.
Cam would be non-operational.
There would be no cam to begin with.
I would be there. I would not be operational. I would be no use to anyone.
Your moral support while sleeping.
Yeah, because that's all I would be. I would just be sitting in the back of the room. Yeah, it was a pretty good trip, gotta be honest. I was honestly pretty tired yesterday. Like, yesterday I was very, very tired.
No.
I've gotta be honest. It's been a pretty good week. I did have some minor shunt pains while I was down in Cardiff. Only had to take painkillers once.
Oh, that's good. Not the pain,
Yeah,
but the fact that you have to take like it once.
yeah, I only had to do it once, so I was pretty happy about that. Had a Five Guys, and something I've got to tell you, I think, pretty wholesome moment while I was down there.
Mm-hmm.
The second night, the food in the hotel, okay, wasn't great, gotta be honest. But then I went to Five Guys, and then the guy who served me back in February remembered me
Aww.
because I ordered the bacon milkshake. Yes, I am a complete psychopath, but it was good.
I'm not judging.
Because I remember him saying to me back then that, yeah, that's not an order we get very often. But from what I've heard, yeah, salted caramel syrup with it, that apparently makes it better. And it did.
Okay, I might
Yeah,
have to
but
try them next time you ever get one.
honestly, it's worth. They are really nice. I don't know where our nearest Five Guys is, actually.
That is a very good question. Actually, you know what? I'm searching up now.
Actually,
We've
well, it's
already
one
got.
of the 2 places. I just don't know which is closer. It's either Liverpool 1 or it's the Trafford Centre in Manchester.
Again, give me a second. We've already doxed where we are anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah. Huh?
Chester.
Oh, yeah, there's one in Chester. Never mind. Whoops.
There's Chester, then there's Cheshire Oaks, Bromborough.
Mm-hmm.
Bromborough has one.
Bromborough, that's a bit of a way.
Yep. So is Liverpool.
Not as far as Bromborough though.
I don't know. It just came up with it. It closed at 10.
But Chester, that's pretty good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we can always go visit our friend.
Absolutely.
Well, I guess that's where our next trip is after this next one.
Hell yeah. But literally, all the bacon milkshake is a vanilla milkshake with
Yeah.
tiny little scraps of ever so slightly burnt bacon in there.
I mean,
Yeah,
I'd try it.
yeah, it's weird. Let me put it this way: if you don't finish it, I'll definitely help.
I am very glad that you are there to be my moral support in this food endeavor.
I mean, I can promise you it's going to be better than the McDonald's double chocolate pie.
Well, don't remind me.
That was so bad, wasn't it?
Wow. I still remember that.
And that's coming from me, who is like obsessed with chocolate. I'm pretty sure there's blood in my chocolate stream at this point.
Your blood is like the chocolate waterfall and
Willy
chocolate.
Wonka. Yeah. Honest to God, if you tried to get blood from me, it would come out brown.
That's not healthy. Even for blood standards, brown blood isn't healthy.
But you get the point.
I do, and no,
Like
that's something.
that's how much I love chocolate, and the best way I could describe that thing was mid. Like that was the best I could do.
I only had a little piece of that from my friend, and it was like, oh no.
Yeah,
You
not
could
good.
saw my face just go, and I
Oh
don't
yeah,
do
I thought.
I don't do often with food.
I mean, the first thing I was thinking was, "Oh God, are you going to be sick?"
No, yeah, because I tend to like just stomach my food, or if I really don't like it, I will
Yeah,
just I don't make faces. I tend not to make faces. I will just swallow it and move on. But this thing,
yeah.
I couldn't really help my
Like,
face.
like generally, I did think you were going to throw up.
Yeah, when never buying that again. I mean, not
No.
buying, never buying it in general.
But yeah, the bacon milkshake from Five Guys. Pardon me. Definitely an interesting invention, but whoever did it stumbled upon something pretty good.
Well, yeah, they have maple bacon, so it's kind of like sweet. And
Yeah, but no, this past week's been pretty good to be honest. Yeah, probably one of the best weeks I've had for a while.
oh, I'm really happy to hear that. Though.
Yeah, again, the pains haven't been too much of an issue. I'm just, unfortunately, waiting for that to change.
No, I get you.
And I know I'm Mr. Optimism most of the time, but I just can't.
No, I get it. Don't worry.
Like, it's they will come back. There's no two ways around that.
Well, I'll have your optimism for you for a while until it comes back.
Thank you. But at least I've heard back from the hospital now, so we're getting somewhere.
True. Although yeah, I act like I haven't heard this information before. I have. I'm just able to be more vocal about it because you usually tell me over text.
Yeah, true.
Before
Yeah,
doing this for the first time, I'm just able to react in a more appropriate manner than just hell
yeah,
yeah or something because I'm just in the middle of doing something or in my own head.
yeah, yeah. And I can't lie, the phone call was a bit later than I was expecting. It
Oh yeah,
was at like 6 o'clock at night, and I thought, wait a minute, that's a bit unusual.
yeah. Who's breaking in?
Yeah, but yeah, I've finally heard back from them, so stuff should start moving now. I sincerely hope.
Hope so for you.
Because, dear God above, we're only a couple of weeks away from month 5.
How long did the last one? Because I know you had an issue in college with something.
Oh, me old shunt. That was about 4 months, actually. Actually, no, it was dead on 4 months.
Yeah, I remember when you had that issue for the other one.
Yeah, trigger warning, I nearly died.
Yeah, I remember that too.
Yeah,
But I knew that was like an issue.
because I learned something recently about shunt blockages.
Oh yeah.
You know how I survived with mine for 4 months?
Yep.
You're only supposed to last about 4 hours. Yeah,
Cameron.
yeah.
But why? But just why?
I
I'm
don't
so
know. I don't know.
I'm so glad you're alive. But just why at this point?
Dang. Like, duh. Like, how the hell did I survive with something for 4 months that I should have only survived with for 4 hours?
I could say that about somebody we know, but we're not going to.
Like, my guess is it just kept blocking and unblocking
Pretty much.
hyper frequently. Because, like, over those 4 months, I could honestly say my sleep was in the couple of hours range. I did not get much sleep then.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm very thankful that that's over and that this is nowhere near as bad as that.
Thank goodness.
Because as you can imagine, those 4 months were absolute literal torture.
Yeah. I don't want to have to like push you around again, thinking that you're that something's wrong, but we don't know what. And oh yeah, we'll just get some like nose spray for it before going to a hotel to pick up some salami for no reason.
Yeah, but honestly, I'm glad that little saga is well behind me. And at
Yeah.
least I know if I feel that pain again now, I know what it is.
The souls of the innocent telling you that they want your car's extended warranty.
Yeah,
Something like that.
yeah. Like, I genuinely don't understand how I survived that long with it.
You have the luck of the gods. It's like you rolling.
Absolutely. Like, the universe set. Everyone says the universe has a plan for somebody. What the hell is mine? It better be good.
President. No, not president. Prime minister even.
Yeah, but still, whatever it is, it better be damn good.
Whatever it is, it's gotta at least be stable eventually.
Oh yeah, totally. Anyway, shall we move on to this week's motorsport section?
We might as well, although you've said it's a bit disappointing today.
Yeah, I just. Okay, I've got to be honest. The Belgian Grand Prix was just boring.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just gonna flat out say it. That was honestly a boring race.
Anything of note happen?
Well, lap one, turn one, Oscar Piastri got knocked out of the race,
Oh damn.
and then damage that Carlos Sainz sustained from the same incident. He got knocked out of the race at lap 32. Uh, what else happened? And then, over the first 17 laps, Max Verstappen made his way into the lead, and then, of course, did the Max Verstappen thing and led the rest of the race.
Fair enough.
And I've got to be honest, at this point, Gianpiero Lambiase, I don't know how much longer he's going to be at Red Bull.
Oh.
Like today, with his comments with Max over the team radio, all I could hear was, "I am done. I am quitting. Bye."
Ooh.
Yeah, Lambiase and Max lately, it's been getting frosty.
Torrential.
Very, very frosty. And today, I think that is probably going to be a boiling point, and I've got to be honest, I'm expecting an announcement within the next couple of days that he has left the team.
Hey, if you call it, then it'll be both sad but also prediction.
I'd be very surprised because I've got to be honest, Max isn't always the nicest to him.
Yeah.
He can be quite a bit of a prat sometimes with him. So I'm surprised Lambiasi's lasted this long, actually. But I think today it's been a bit of a boiling point. Like, ugh.
Well, let's wait and see, because it could be that while it's a boiling point, there might still be some hope. I'm probably not, but at the same time.
Nah, like, Lambiasi is usually very calm, no matter what Max says to him, but today he was just. His filter had gone.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know how that's gonna go. Well, no, my prediction for that is that yeah, Gianpiero Lambiasi is probably going to be leaving Red Bull over the summer break.
Yep.
And then he will probably get snapped up by another team quicker than you can blink.
Understandable as well.
Because let's face it, if the current world champion's race engineer is free to go,
Take him.
who isn't going to want to grab him?
Very, very true. People who don't
Like,
want to grab him are a bit cuckoo.
like honestly, every single team, if he does go, they're probably going to approach him with an offer instantly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've got to be honest. I think Max kind of shot himself in the foot here a bit. Massively.
A little.
However, do I think he'll go on to win the remaining races of the season? It's not looking unlikely.
But at the same time, if everything's going apart as it is, there might be a chance that the winning streak can go down due to all the stress.
Yeah, but Max Verstappen, I just don't think he cares.
Probably not.
You see, like, with the way he treats Lambiasi, I don't think he does care. Because if he did, he wouldn't.
Fair point. Fair point.
But, yeah, I do think it's going to be a clean sweep for Red Bull this year. Mainly for Max, but for, like, I think Red Bull, the way they're going, they could comfortably win every race this season, be it with Max or, more unlikely, Checo.
I want to see if Checo can do it.
Same, but well, to give you a bit of an idea of how unlikely that is at the moment, today Perez finished second, right?
Right.
Do you want to know the gap?
Well,
22 seconds
yeah, that's big.
in the same car.
How?
Well, I'm not sure, even if I've got to be honest. I Conspiracy mode coming in. I think Max's car is getting some better upgrades than Checo's.
No, I'm thinking that.
Like, watching those two cars is like comparing a Ferrari F40 to a PLP 53 wheeler. It is like night and day, but they're apparently the same car.
It really doesn't feel right.
Nope. Like, it just doesn't at all.
No. Jeez.
Like, I think at this point, Perez will either get fired or he'll quit.
If he quits, I fully understand that.
Yeah, although I was quite surprised by there was no team orders for Perez to switch places with Max.
Okay.
Perez was allowed to defend first while he had it.
That's good.
Yeah, they didn't say let Max through. They literally just let them go at it. Mainly because they didn't need to swap them. Because Max got around him very quickly once he got up to him.
Yeah.
So I do think this is very much Max's season to lose now.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, I don't think. Well, I've got to be honest. No one is within a chance of winning the championship right now, unless Max Verstappen just DNFs the rest of the season. To give you an idea, he is the driver's standings right now. I'll give the constructors in a minute as well, because why not?
Might as well.
Right. There we go. Oh, nope, that's the constructors. Whoops, okay. Right. Here we are. Got it. Alright. The Drivers' Championship right now, I'll go from bottom to top.
Yeah.
Daniel Ricciardo in last place with 0 points. Nick De Vries in 20th with also 0 points. And he'll have no chance to get those back. Logan Sargent in 19th, also with 0 points. Kevin Magnussen with 2 points. Sonoda with 2 points. Zhou Guanyu with Yuki Tsunoda with 3 points. Zhou Guanyu with 4 points. Valtteri Bottas with 5. Hulkenberg with 9. Albon with 11. Gasly with 22. Oscar Piastri with 34. Esteban Ocon with 35. Lance Stroll with 47. Lando Norris with funny number. Carlos Sainz with 92. George Russell with 99. Charles Leclerc with 99. Lewis Hamilton with 148. Fernando Alonso with 149. Sergio Perez with 189. And are you ready for Max Verstappen's? 314.
What the hell?
Yeah. Wait till you hear the constructors. That's even worse.
This is already hurting my soul, dude.
Alpha Tauri, 3 points. Alfa Romeo, 9 points. Haas, 11 points. Williams, 11 points. Alpine, 57. McLaren, 103. Ferrari, 191. Aston Martin, 196. Mercedes, 247. Are you ready for Red Bull?
No, but go for it.
503.
Oh, that 3 is totally important now, isn't it?
Still, they've got over 250 points on Mercedes.
Jesus Christ, man.
They're 256 points ahead of second place.
What are they feeding them there?
There are 2 options here. 1, this car is built by God himself.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Or 2, and I hate to throw this sort of thing around, but they've overspent again.
Thing is, if they have a track record of doing it once before, there is a chance
Which
they
they
could do it again.
Which they do.
Exactly. So
2021 season they overspent.
Again, it might not be a nice assumption, but it is a fair one.
And guess who is under investigation for potentially overspending again? You'll never guess. Red Bull. But to be fair to them, there are 2 other teams that are being speculated.
Yeah.
Aston Martin and Mercedes.
Mercedes?
Yeah, I don't know if any of them's true, but let's face it. Red Bull, let's consider 2 things. 1, done it before. And 2, last year and this year's car have been way too quick.
Yeah, fair point.
Because let's face it, a chunk of last year's budget cap, which this is for, would have gone into the development of this year's car.
Yeah.
Like, they don't just develop the car over the winter.
Sure they can. It's known as cheating.
Like, the RB20, next year's car, the development will have started on that from Bahrain this year.
Yeah.
So, Red Bull violating the budget cap, I'm not going to say I'll be surprised.
You'll be surprised if they pass, though.
Yeah, I will be surprised if they haven't, to be fair, actually, but if they have, I won't be surprised, unfortunately.
Fair enough.
But But we will find out around September, like we did last year.
Oh, well, at least we know if there is anything that happened, we have a video to go for it.
Yeah. But if Red Bull have violated it again, I'm not sure what their punishment will be this time.
A lot more than last.
Because I can quickly pull up what they got last year now. I'm pretty sure... No, I know what it was last year. It was a massive fine and a reduction in wind tunnel time.
All right.
However, last year, I remember there was... If it was a major overspend, they could have been disqualified. So say if they have been found to gone over 10% of the budget, it's possible that they could be disqualified from this year.
Ooh.
Yeah. So every race that has been won will have been deleted. Like, if Red Bull get disqualified this year, the actual winners of the race will have never stood on the top step of the podium.
That's something to think about.
Yeah. Like, every winner, unless it's every second place, unless it's Max Verstappen or Sergio Perez, will be the winner, should that happen. Which is kind of nuts to think about.
What a thought, though.
Yeah. You know, that's never happened, I don't think. In fact, correction, I can almost tell that's never happened.
Unless we check.
I gotta be honest, it's incredibly unlikely, but we can at some point. But moving on from F1, because yeah, I think Red Bull are going to get a clean sweep this year. I'm not going to be surprised. But there is something I want to talk about in NASCAR,
Uh-huh.
and something that one of the Xfinity drivers did that was incredibly brave. I can't remember his name, but one of the Chevrolet drivers, their brakes completely failed.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, and he was going at full speed at the time, so there was no way to slow himself down
Oh, hell.
until he figured something out.
What do you do?
He deliberately crashed himself into a wall.
You okay?
Oh, he's fine, but it was more for the safety of the other drivers around him.
Are the other drivers okay then?
Yeah. Oh, no one else got caught in it.
Thank goodness.
He just went off track and slammed himself into a wall to slow himself down because going into the pit lane, well, he couldn't have slowed down for it. So literally all he could do was slam himself into a wall, which is exactly what he did.
Yeah.
Which, damn, that is commendable as hell.
True. Very true.
Like, that was a brave move. Because let's face it, eventually, he would have probably slammed into the back of another car at full speed.
Well, I'm glad that he didn't.
Yeah. But anyway, that is actually it for this week's quite long motorsport section, actually. Wasn't expecting it to be that long.
We thought.
Now, for this week's entertainment section. The SAG-AFTRA WGA strike is still very much ongoing, with seemingly no end in sight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know when that's gonna end. Hopefully soon. Wait and see, I suppose. But do have a couple of things. One, Baldur's Gate seemingly releases this week,
Oh, hey. That's quite cool.
and I am looking forward to it. Especially if they are Dragonborn and half orcs and orcs.
Again, the logic is it's Dungeons and Dragons, not where's the dragons?
Yeah, like, Jesus, come on, guys. Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to this game's release. And I just remembered something. Remember how in my Halo Combat Evolved video you put all you need to do is say what's buy an Xbox.
Yeah.
The Master Chief Collection's on Steam.
Oh my. Okay.
And if you subscribe to Xbox Game Pass for PC, you can get 5 and Infinite.
As much as I wish to do that, that is a 50-50 for me, but I might have a little look on Steam for the Halo.
The Master Chief Collection. In that one, there's Halo Reach, Combat Evolved, 2, ODST, 3 and 4. So you're only missing Halo 5 and Halo Infinite.
What you're saying is I go borrow yours.
Although saying that, 5 and Infinite might be on Steam, I'm not sure though.
I can always have a check later because with my
Yeah.
setup, keyboard's over there,
Ah,
off the screen. So.
I know the Master Chief Collection is. Oh, thank you, Callum.
Oh.
I've got to be honest, Game Pass is really cheap.
Yeah.
And given that you'd only be playing 2 games, you probably would only need to get it for like a month or 2.
Fair point.
But yeah, have a look on Steam because I know the collection's on there. I'm just not sure about Halo 5 and Halo Infinite.
Yeah. Okay.
But,
if it's a good deal on PC anyway, I might just invest in it.
yeah, and prepare to have your heart broken in Reach.
Yeah, you
Like,
hyped that up for me, to be fair.
Like, fair warning, that game will completely eviscerate you.
Oh dear.
There aren't many other ways around that. That is also very true. But honestly, it's it is a heartbreaker. Oh yeah, Roxanne, I can hear you personally, but
I'm quiet simply because how I'm set up is, as you can see, there is a tube, and it's either I'm talking quite low, so I'm tilting my head down to look at what I'm doing, or I'm having to try and shout, and I feel like I'm shouting if I'm doing this. It's kind of the mix and match. I do apologize.
yeah, I would recommend looking into the collection because it definitely gives you a good idea of how the games go.
Yeah.
And you do get a fair chunk of the story. Again, Halo 5 and Halo Infinite are a little bit disjointed from the rest of the series, but especially more Halo Infinite. But honestly, I would look into the collection because you do get a lot of very good games with it, and with the Halo 2 section, you can play either Halo 2 original or the remaster.
Oh right.
Yeah, which is really cool. And of course, they're now adding all the old files that weren't used into the multiplayer aspect of the game.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't play on PC. I'm just telling Roxanne this for her benefit because I'm on Xbox, but Roxanne isn't.
Yeah. I don't have an Xbox. Cam does, so it helps. It at least helps with that sort of aspect.
Yeah, and I don't have a PC, which is why I was on Xbox. But honestly, Steam, I don't know how. Well, I'm assuming it's the same. It runs the same, so you're going to get some decent frame rates out of it.
It should run the same, and I probably could connect up one of the PS4 controllers, just play like that.
Yeah.
As an option to do that with a lot of games.
And a very fair warning. If you do play the Halo 2 remaster, prepare for a very jarring graphics drop going into ODST.
So basically, what you're telling me is don't play on the laptop. Play on the big computer because my laptop would potentially be a potato.
Well, no, it's not even that. Like, prepare for the game to just look a lot older.
Okay, nice.
Like, the Halo 2 remaster was, I think, in 2020, I think? Something like that. Whereas Halo ODST was like 2007. So if you do play the remaster of Halo 2, prepare for a very jarring graphics change going into ODST.
Gotcha.
And also another warning, even though on the game menu it has Halo 3 above ODST, ODST comes first.
Right.
So you can go from top to bottom for the most part. You just got to swap those two around to get it in the right order.
Yeah.
Because ODST takes place during Halo 2 and actually came out before Halo 3. So just a little bit of advice for you there. I don't know why they haven't changed that though. I've got to be honest. What else was there I need to discuss? Oh yeah, gaming. Something else. Ah, yep, I remembered. Nintendo Switch. The Game Boy game pack has finally got 2 new games. And it is the Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Seasons, and Ages.
You did get that right when we were talking about that, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't know how, because my memory is just awful.
It is, but you end up remembering stuff when it's something you're very passionate about.
Yeah, because, one, the Game Boy doesn't have that many games at the moment on the Switch, and it's Legend of Zelda, so...
Close enough.
But yeah, I'm very happy to see that. I'm just really waiting for some more... Like, I really want to be able to play Pokemon Red and Blue on the Game Boy pack. Because right now, there are only 2 Pokemon games in the classic consoles packs, which are Pokemon Stadium and Pokemon Snap on the N64. That's it. Like, I'm just really wanting to play Pokemon. I've got to be honest, I'm more likely to be playing Pokemon Red. Oh, here's a question for you. If you had the chance to play both those games, but could only play one, which would you do?
Which games are you talking about this time?
Pokemon Red and Blue.
Oh, I'd go with Pokemon Blue because if I had to choose, I prefer Squirtle over Bulbas. No, I prefer Squirtle over Charmander, but I prefer Bulbasaur over both.
That's very fair. Personally, I'd go for Red.
Yeah, Charmander. Yeah, because in Japan they had Pokemon Red and Green, and over here they have Pokemon Red and Blue.
Yeah.
But then the re-releases of Fire Red and Leaf Green, just to represent that.
Yeah. Because I'd pick Pokemon Red because 1, Charmander, and 2, Red.
Yeah, kind of a staple.
Like, legends.
Yeah, I'd still go blue, and then if I got to choose between red, blue, and green, I would go green because.
That's very fair. I can't lie. I did forget about Green.
And then there's Pokemon Yellow.
Another legendary game.
Yeah, well, you can get all 3 stars in that one.
Hell yeah. And a certain yellow mouse.
Ah, yes. Not Pichu. Pichu wasn't until Gen 2, actually.
Oh, yeah. That's weird. Like, okay, here's a question that you may know the answer to.
Sure.
Right, we know that Pichu evolved into Pikachu, right, but wasn't introduced until a gen later.
Yes.
Has that ever happened again, where a first evolutionary stage has been introduced after the second?
Yes, that has happened in a couple of cases. So,
Okay.
for example, with, I believe, well, there are some where some evolutions have come up, and then there are some where it's gone down. I can get. So remember with like Pichu for that, Igglybuff for Jigglypuff and Wigglytuff. Then there's trying to remember because there was some. Oh, for Chansey, it didn't arrive until I believe either Gen 3 or Gen 4. Chansey had a baby called Happiny. Why not came after Wobbuffet? Yeah, there's like there's quite a few baby Pokemon that came after their original, but then they've been doing all right for the more recent games where they haven't had like a pre-evolution sort of binge.
Yeah. Like, I can imagine that's quite annoying when you think, okay, this version is the first, and then you realise, no, this isn't.
I'm gonna get the Pokedex up actually, just so I can give you a list of them.
Yeah. It's like, I can imagine it was probably quite a shock back in Gen 2 when Pichu was announced as pre-Pikachu, evolution-wise.
Well, that was the gen that started bringing in like more breeding. It brought in breeding. Well, I believe Gen 1 also had breeding anyway, but Gen 2 definitely brought in like breeding. It brought in like it just brought in quite a few bits. Mechanics wise.
Yeah.
So yeah, Pichu, Cleffa for Clefairy, Igglybuff. So this Togepi was brought in as like the original sort of baby.
Yeah.
Oh right. So Azurill came after the Marill and Azumarill line because I don't believe Azurill was until Gen 3, I believe. Yeah, so Generation 2 brought in just a lot of babies. And then newer Pokemon too. For example, for Gen 1 as well, Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee.
Yeah.
They brought its baby Pokemon version Tyrogue, and then another evolution, Hitmontop. Blissey was brought in during Gen 2, which is the evolution of Chansey, but it probably wasn't until Generation 4 then, because it's Generation 3 Azurill. Again, I'm just looking through this quickly just to bounce between stuff. Fun fact before the other fun fact for the day. Spinder can have every Spinder will have a different pattern, and in total, if it's supposed to be infinite, but there is a limit of how many patterns it could have depending on where the spots can move. Yeah, Why Not was brought in for Gen 3. Also, my favorite Pokemon, Spheal.
Hey.
I love him. It's okay. Yeah, I was right.
Okay.
Yeah, I was right. Happiny was brought in for Gen 4, and Mime Junior as well for Mr. Mime. Bonsai as well for Sudowoodo.
Okay.
And Munchlax. I forgot about that. Munchlax was Gen 4 because Snorlax was Gen 1.
Yeah.
Mantype as well. Yeah, I think they stopped doing that properly from Gen 5 onwards because they started doing Pokemon region variants instead of being like, hey, we need to add extra babies.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how that works.
Yeah.
They just stopped after a while. The only exception would be for Rockruff, considering one of the few exceptions would be Rockruff because there was 2 evolution forms for it already, midday, midnight.
Okay.
During the release of Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, which came out at least a year or 2 after the original Sun and Moon, they brought in what's considered Dusk form.
Okay.
Which the same as midday form. It's more of you have to evolve it at a specific time of day.
Oh.
You can't evolve it into midday form or to dusk form during the first set of games, but you can do it from Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon onwards, and it has to have a certain ability as well.
Okay.
But yeah, that's basically it.
Okay. So, is there anything else you want to talk about tonight?
The minor tangent as well. Pokemon Sleep is finally out for phones.
Hey!
For those who are unsure of what Pokemon Sleep is, it is basically Pokemon's version of a sleep tracker, but you are able to collect Pokemon with it.
Which is amazing.
It is amazing. I still need to try it.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but can't you connect that to Pokemon Go?
You can. You can connect it to Pokemon Go, and you can also connect the any sort of attachments from Pokemon Go to it.
Okay. That's going to be fun.
It definitely is, yeah. I still need to try it just to see how my sleep schedule is.
Oh, I probably don't want to do that.
It also picks up any noises in your sleep, too.
Oh, great.
I want you to try it now, Cam.
Oh, no.
Please, we can catch Pokemon together.
Me no sleep quietly.
Me just shuffle.
It will pick up nothing but noise.
Fair enough, but we can try.
I might give it a go at some point.
Just be careful. There's like a 500 megabyte update for it at the moment, so that's why I haven't sorted it yet.
Oh, crikey, okay, good to know.
It's half a gig. It's not so bad. It just depends on how much space you already have on your phone.
True. Also, there's something else I've just remembered about. The new Xbox UI has been released.
Oh yeah.
And I have got to say, this new one is so much better than the old one. It reminds me a lot of, and I'm going to get absolutely slaughtered for saying this, but it's true. It reminds me a lot of PlayStation.
Yay!
And now cue the comments to absolutely rip me to pieces.
Hey, I'll defend you. I like PlayStation.
Honestly, it does remind me a lot of the PlayStation UI. Mainly PlayStation 4's UI. Like, the PS5 UI is a little bit different, but honestly, it is, for me, it's a lot easier to use now.
Oh, that's good.
I do like it a lot now. I mean, I like the original Xbox Series S and X UI, but this one is so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just really happy that because that's been talked about for months.
Nice.
And I do mean like since Christmas. So this UI has been very long awaited.
Yeah. That's good though.
Anyway, is there anything else you want to talk about tonight?
Nothing I can think of.
Alright then, so do you want to wrap this one up?
Yep, let's put that bow on it.
Alright then, thank you all for joining us tonight on this week's AstoundCast. If you've liked the stream, please give it a thumbs up as well as comment, because why not? And to let me know if there's anything you've missed or what you think of anything we've talked about tonight. And please subscribe to mine and Roxanne's channels. Her link's going to be in the description, which is going to be able to be accessed via the video title if you click it. And my sub button will be just below the video title, actually. And please, once you've had it into the description, follow me on my social medias. They'll be in the link tree. And, well, of course, will be Roxanne's YouTube and website. And, lastly, please share this stream with your friends. They can join the infinite loop of liking, subscribing, commenting, following, and sharing, and around that loop. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with another video, unless we have a fun fact.
Pokemon for the total amount of Pokemon that exist at the moment, there are currently, as of today, 115 that we know. No, 1,015 that we know of.
Good God. And on that mind-blowing... Sorry?
And 5 of them haven't been released yet until September.
Oof. And on that mind-blowing fact, guys, I will see you all tomorrow with another video. Goodbye!